Imagine you are flying high above the clouds on a peaceful flight when suddenly every engine goes silent. That's not to start a movie. It's something that actually happened on July 23rd, 1983. Passengers aboard Canada Flight 143 lived through one of the most unbelievable emergencies in aviation history. This real life drama happened at 41,000 feet when the airplane completely ran out of fuel mid-run. What followed was heart-pounding glide through the skies with no power, no engine, and no rooms for mistakes. Stick around to hear how this flight became known as a Gimli glider and why it's still talked about today. The trouble began on what was supposed to be a normal trip from Montreal to Edmonton with a short stop in Ottawa. The plane, a brand new Boeing 767, had a fuel gauge issue, so the ground crew had to calculate the fuel manually. They double-checked the math and everything seemed fine. But here's the catch. Canada had just switched from pounds to kilograms, and someone forgot to convert. Instead of filling the plane with over 20,000 kilograms of fuel, they loaded it based on pounds, which means the aircraft only had about half the fuel it needed for the full journey. The flight was cruising smoothly until the pilots noticed warning lights. One fuel pump failed, then the other. Moments later, both engines shut down. The airplane was now gliding with no power at all. Captain Robert Pearson and co-pilots Maurice Quanitel had never faced anything like this things before. There's no clear instructions for this kind of situation. Even their flight controls began to fail because the plane had no engine power to keep its system running. They couldn't even use radar properly, and air traffic control had to use a ruler on a screen to figure out how fast the plane was falling. With no chance of reaching their original destination, the pilots aimed for an old airbase in Gimli, which Quanitel remembered from his military days. But there was one big surprise. They didn't know it had been turned into a racetrack. That day, the runway was filled with the people enjoying the car event. To land safely, Captain Pearson pulled off a daring movie along called a forward slip, something usually done in a small planes, not big jets. Against all odds, the plane landed skidding to stop just 100 feet from the crowd. The front wheels have collapsed, but that actually helped slow the aircraft down. Amazingly, no one was seriously hurt. This incredible emergency landing became known around the world as Gimli glider. Both pilots were praised for their calm thinking and skill, and the plane kept flying for 25 more years after the incident. It's a powerful reminder of how quick decisions and teamwork can save lives, even when everything seems to be going wrong. If you enjoyed this story, give this video a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more amazing real life events from the sky. Comment below, would you stay calm in the situation like